All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy. And for this video, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Knull. Now, I started off by giving you guys a preview of the premium cards just to let you guys know I am still here, okay? I am still upset about the cards. I am not trying to cover up that this system cannot come to the live server because it's just going to completely annihilate the game. However, there is more in the update than just the cards and the CTP nonsense. So being fair and just, I am going to cover everything that they're adding, and I am going to share my thoughts like I always do. When they deserve praise, they deserve praise. And when they deserve my wrath, I will give it to them just the same. All right, so first and foremost, Knull is here. It's bittersweet. I like the fact that he's here. I love the fact that he's a boss that we can fight. I don't like the fact, however, that he's not a playable character. I don't like it at all. I was hoping that he would be like Thanos, right? A tier 2 native. I know, very expensive, but I was really looking forward to another really big superpower coming to the game that we basically fight a bunch of times. We unlock him kind of like Silver Surfer, and then we play around with a scaled down model of a god. However, that is not the case. Like if you take a look at the roster here, let me just go to all, and you'll see that Knull is nowhere to be found. And even if I go to unavailable, right? He's not here as well. So unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, Knull is in the game, but he's not in the game. I am very happy, however, that he is a boss that you can fight, because this is something I have been saying repeatedly for the past few months. Every time there's an update and a big baddie threatens to destroy the world or destroy reality or whatever it is that they're trying to say is going to happen, they should come to the game and we should be able to take them on. The last update, they said, Mephisto is here. He's going to destroy the world if you don't buy the uniform for Doctor Strange, Dormammu, Moon Knight, etc. Right? You need to buy these uniforms. You need to power up these characters to fight Mephisto, but Mephisto never came. Just you opening your wallets was enough to stop him. That rubbed me the wrong way. If it didn't rub you the wrong way, I don't know why it didn't, but it should have. So I have to praise them, because this time they did exactly what I wanted, at the very least. All right, you can't play with the character, but the boss that threatens to destroy the world is here, so you get to take him on. This is cool. This is what they need to do. This is new content, right? The boss fight looks amazing. I won't even go in that in this video, but the boss fight looks amazing. There's so many layers of complexity to it. It's absolutely wonderful. Playing against this guy, it basically gave me the feel of playing another game that I should have finished. Oh, man. Devil May Cry. Once you get into the boss fight, you'll see why. Like, it reminds me of the most recent version of Devil May Cry. So, in addition to Knull being here, they've actually listened to our complaints. Well, justified complaints, right? Or feedback, I should say. That's a better word to use, right? In regards to the lack of certain materials, right? Lately, they've been pumping out tier 3s and awakened characters at an alarming rate, so much so that even if you spend thousands of dollars on the game, it is impossible for you to keep up. And we've been asking for them to give us new ways to earn more materials. Unfortunately, there's still only 5 boss fights, so you can't necessarily get more materials, but you can get a different variety of materials. This time, unlike the Black Order characters, where when you get them ranked up, you get Black Antimatter, which is tier 2 materials, and then you get some CCF, which is tier 3 material, you can actually, against Knull, get tier 3 materials and much more. So this is really good. Personally, right? Personally, I think this should have all been Titan component packs instead of Essence of Dimension and Titan component packs. because there's a large imbalance between the two. Now, some of you guys are going to look at this and you're going to say, wait, they should give us more CCF. It really depends on where you are in the game, because I never really find myself running out of CCF. And you may say, well, you spend money on the game. The thing is, I build way more characters than most of you do, but at the end of the day, I still run out of materials. And the things that I find that I'm lacking, because you don't get enough from packs that you buy or from beating stuff in the game, it's Titan component packs. You need that way more than you need CCF, especially considering if you want to transcend a character that you awaken, guess what you need? Essence of Dimension and Titan component packs. You don't need CCF for every character that you give a power up to, but you will need, and you do need, Essence of Dimension and Titan component packs. So it is really nice that with this new boss, they're giving you exactly what you need. And it's every single level. As soon as you do a couple fights, you will get 50. This is really good. Now, you are going to notice that he drops a different box here, right? You can see a World Boss Conqueror chest. Now, the only difference between this and what the other bosses have, based on what I've seen so far, is the fact that it drops the CTP Forging Core. The Forging Core needs to be removed, and that whole system needs to be abolished. It's an abomination, right? Don't get triggered. Don't get triggered. Not what we're doing in this video. We're not doing it in this video. We can't do it every video. Okay, so over here, though, you're going to notice that the booty box look a little different. You can see right here, the World Boss Conqueror box. It's basically just the same thing, just without the Forging Core. So if you want your CTPs to become more powerful, you have no choice but to take on the Legend difficulty against Knull. That is the only way. Well, you know there's another way, right? Come on, man. You're going to see the pops pop up like fireworks, you know? Just expect that, because anytime there's a new material in the game, it's just a new way to monetize. So even this new boss fight is not necessarily to give us what we asked for per se. It's just to give them another way for them to monetize. But we'll give them a pass, because the rewards here and the way how they're structured is really nice. And once you go far enough, you can see right here at 50, let's go up, you get a random CTP. It will take you a couple months to get to 50, depending on the difficulty of that boss, or this boss rather, but you get a random CTP. That would have been really good. It still is really good, but considering the fact that to forge a CTP, you're gonna need hundreds of CTP. Guys, if you've seen the first video where I failed a bunch of times to get that CTP to become a Radiant CTP, just know, I kept trying, because this is not my account. This is a dev account. This is the APK. This is the test server, right? So nothing here is mine. So why not try and see how many times I'm going to fail to get a Radiant CTP? I still didn't get one. I've tried hundreds of times. So any of you guys who think, well, if they start giving out one free CTP a day, that's fine. Bro, they would have to give you 50 free CTPs a day and 100 comic cards, premium comic cards. Because at the end of the day, it's still RNG. It's still RNG if you're gonna level up your card or your CTP. So you could be that guy that spends 5,000 cards and your card never freaking lands what you needed to land. Same thing can happen to your CTP, right? It's just insane. Anyways, moving on. We'll talk about the system a little bit more in a future video, but just keep in mind, I see some of you guys posting, oh, all they need to do is give us some premium cards and some CTPs and we're good. No, that doesn't make the system better. The system is still flawed because there's so much RNG in it, right? So even if they give you 5 CTPs, it doesn't matter if all 5 of them fail. Come on, right? Anyways, so you get 2 CTPs, 2 random CTPs, and expect to get the lesser CTPs, you know what I'm saying? But 2 free CTPs, it would be nice. It is nice if the forging nonsense doesn't come to the game. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Knull, because I like this. I really like this. There are requirements for every stage, right? Now I'm gonna get locked out as I move down, but it's fine because I can just delete the game, reinstall it. It's a long, well, not long, it's like 10 minutes, whatever, and then I can re-unlock all of these stages. It's fine. But every stage has a requirement. You can see right here, it's speed, superhero, human, female for 99. This is so cool. It's a lot of restrictions, but it's fine. And by the way, you can't do this game mode unless your character is tier 3 or awakened. Okay, so rewards here, you have rewards for first clear today's boss, and you have one for paying some money to support the game. So moving on, we have the Forging Core. Then we have the returning player thing right there. Welcome back, whatever. Then we have the Forging Core. Then we have this thing, which is the War Boss Special Loot. You can see it's just basically the same thing with a different name. And then we have books. He drops all the books, so that's good. Just like Thanos, we got Black Antimatter. All that stuff is here. They should have made it so that he can drop premium cards and CTPs on the daily drops. I'm just saying, bro. If you're gonna freaking make it so we need like 5 million comic cards, premium cards, they need to be a daily drop. That's it, bro. You get 5 from here and 5 from every other game. But when I clear a floor in Shadowlight, I need to see 20 premium cards pop up right away. And so I can desensitize myself to this nonsense. Anyway, moving on. Let's move down. So the requirements are still the same. Requirements are still the same. Requirements are still the same until we go down to 94. Then it says supervillain, human, male. We go down a little bit more. We go down a little bit more. And now it's locked me out, right? So I can see the challenges, which is good. I'll show it to you guys for any of you guys who are going to be pushing to clear as high as you can against Knull. So right here, it requires you to use Moon Knight. See? So Moon Knight is what you're going to need to have to get past stage 90. So we go down a little bit further. We see that the requirements change here. We have a combat, superhero, human, male. And it's a lot of humans, eh? Okay, so we have superhero, female, human. That's like a charade type of deal. Now we look at the requirements here. The requirements are telling me that we need to use Thanos. So if your Thanos is built for PvP, might have to drop a rage on him so you can do this high up. We don't know how difficult this boss is going to be yet, but this high up, we'll have to wait and see. Let's move down. So right here, okay, it's just one requirement. Interesting. Ooh. Also, so these requirements are literally like anything. It's wow. So it can be these things as well. Like these ability tags. It's not just like typing or like what side you're on, like supervillain or hero or human or male or blast. They're mixing it up. And these tags, these ability tags actually come into play here, which is pretty good. This is really good, right? It's a way for them to like get you to build more characters, which building more characters means spending more money, right? Because they're not giving you more rewards. Technically, you're just diversifying the type of rewards you can get, right? Because there's not more clears you can do per day in War Boss now. It's still only 5. So collectively, you'll still get the same amount of rewards. It's just a different like distribution. Anyways, move down, we move down, and then we check the requirements here. The requirements on this stage is actually beta Ray, the most alpha one, Ray build. Okay, so you can see so far it's all characters that have tier 3 or awakening. And then we move down. I don't know if these requirements on this side here, on the right side, are gonna stay the same or if they change daily or weekly or whatever. So we'll have to wait and see. And I don't even know if that's gonna come to the live server. Right? Keep in mind it's the APK test build. Anything can change. But we're just looking at what we have right now. Crescent, Jesus. So Crescent is required for this. So that's a real bummer because that's a tier 3 that I barely ever use. And only like content creators will realistically have it. So that's the X-Men tag, right? Where would you find that tag? I guess it would just show you here. I guess it just shows you who you can use. Yeah. So like when you go in, it just pops up everybody. I think it's just mutants, eh? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just mutant. So it's not X-Men, it's just mutant. Okay. So you don't even have to actually like find the characters. When you go in, it will just show them to you there. Okay. Moving on. Let's see. Requirements here are wow, Sunbird. Oh my gosh. Okay, though that might be a tough one. It's 50. But let's go down. Let's see. Oh, so it would be okay. So at least the requirements match with the character that you have to use. So like right here it's saying you have to use Sunbird, and then it's all speed characters and stuff. So Sunbird just has to be on the team with Deadpool or whatever. But I don't think debuffs work on this guy. Right? I don't think debuffs work on this guy. Okay, Symbiote Takeover, World Boss tips, right? Anyways, Symbiote Takeover stacks when hit by Knull's powerful attack. When the hit takeover stacks to a certain amount, it will eventually kill the character. The takeover stacks decrease automatically if the if not increase for a set duration. When Thor shows up, whoa. So they're actually playing into the comics, because when Knull first came to Earth in the form of a dragon, he ran into Thor. Thor killed the dragon. The dragon was sealed in ice. The shield dug it up, all that stuff. So that's why Thor is being mentioned here. When Thor shows up as an ally, it makes Knull groggy. What a word to use. It's perfect for Thor. Anyways, focus all your character's attacks to defeat Knull. Interesting. So that's at the very end of the fight. I should probably not spoil it. Hold on. Let me show you stats. So it's just showing Valor and Resistance. Okay, is there anything else I can show? Yeah, okay, right here is where it shows. Characters must be tier 3 or transcended to, yeah. Yep. So this is why I said, this is the reason why they've been pumping out so many tier 3s and stuff, is to get you ready for this, because I feel like Knull is just going to be the first of many legendary modes, or maybe all of these characters will, bosses, will eventually have a legendary version as well. Maybe even Supergiant, even though she has no ultimate. Let me not even go there. Okay, let's go down. Let's go down, see what the rest of the requirements are. What is this? This is just, okay. Cool. What is this one? Star-Lord. Okay. So basically, you have to complete the epic quest. Well, actually, yeah, Beta Ray Bill was required for a higher one, and then Star-Lord. So you absolutely have to finish the epic quest. Another resource drain. Yo, that's so scummy. Like, you can pay crystals to skip it, but that's either way they win, right? Either way they win. That's actually so scummy. They put a roadblock here to say, hey, go do the epic quest that we put in this year, even though it's just a way to drain your resources, and your Star-Lord is not going to be gear 25. You're going to have to finish that on your own. And then when you get higher up, they're like, yo, Beta Ray Bill. Rough, man. Rough. All right. So next one here. Mystique. Mystique is actually one. Okay. And then this one here. Now, this one is a biggie. This one is a biggie, okay? Keep in mind, when you go in here, right, it specifically tells you that you can only use tier 3 or transcended potential characters. This is World Boss Legend. And right down here, it says, clear Legend Stage 19 with Carnage 5 times. This update is a symbiote update. We haven't seen anything about Carnage yet, but the fact is, there is no way to get past this challenge. Well, there is. You can pay money, right? But even they wouldn't be so scummy to make it impossible for you to use the character that they're recommending here. So this is a dead giveaway that Carnage is indeed getting an Awakening or a tier 3. More than likely a tier 3, since tier 3s usually come mid-month. Awakenings, they give it to you early at the beginning of the update, right? So this is what's happening. This ties in perfectly with the uniform for Miles, okay? So don't be too upset about Carnage being left out. I've seen a couple of people saying they're going to quit the game if Carnage gets tier 3 and there's no way to get him. I'll show you. There is a way to get Carnage. It's just going to take you a very long time, and you should have been doing it like by just playing the game daily. You're never going to be like assured to get him, but there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Let's see the last one here. So the last one here is Apocalypse. So just to get past this, you need to invest in Apocalypse, which is a very expensive, very, very expensive tier 3. Okay. I said I wasn't going to go into the Knull boss fight. You can kind of see why we're pushing on 20 minutes already. So let's talk about the Carnage thing, right? Let's talk about the Carnage thing. Dimension missions, guys. Okay? Just keep in mind that in here, Carnage is in here. Okay? It's a big list. I honestly think they should take out all the free-to-play characters and just leave it so it's like the semi-premium and the mutants and leave the paywalls. But because at the end of the day, you're never really going to get enough bios to rank them up solely off this. This just gives you the ability to unlock older characters, all right? So you can get Carnage from here. It's just very, very, very low probability. And in addition to that, there is a package in the store, which I should probably not even be talking about this because it's probably not going to come to the game. And to be honest, Alex is trying to organize a boycott right now. So I don't think anybody's going to be buying this, but Carnage is in here as well, right? I don't even think I'm going to be spending no money on this update, right? So they got to make a move because let me wrap this video up by saying this, okay? I don't want to keep you guys much longer. This is a test. This card system, this whole CTP system, this is a test. It's a test to see just how much we're willing to put up with before we say enough is enough. Okay? It's a test. More than likely, this update will come to the live server, and then it's going to be up to us to make our decision. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I don't want to go on a rant because that's going to take another 25 minutes. Okay? I'll catch you in the next one. We'll talk about the CTP system and the card system more, I promise. But for now, we'll wrap it up here. I'm gone. Peace.